Hey guys, I'm Suraj and welcome to the second part of my Python basics tutorial series. In this video, what I'm going to be talking about is variables. And I'm just going to get started now. So I'm going to open up my idle. If you don't have Python or idle or whatever, I have tutorials to install Python. You can go check them out. Now, in case you don't know what a variable is, it's a thing or more like a name for a thing in Python, and that thing can be anything but like numbers or text or lists or whatever. But if you're still a bit confused, there you go. A is your variable, and I'm doing this in the shell window, so I don't really need to use print, but I'm just gonna show it in case you're. So if I do print A, it's gonna show 1. Because why is it not showing A? Because A is 1. So you can have multiple variables. So here I've just created 3 variables: A, which is 1, B, which is also 1, and C, which is 2. And you can do math with variables like A plus B plus C. You don't really need the spaces. You can get away without them, but just to make things neater, I like to use spaces. And it's going to show 4 because 1 plus 1 plus 2 is nothing but 4. Now I'm also going to show you a bit of math with Python, since I don't think I'm going to create a whole tutorial for that. So B minus A is going to be 0, and multiplication is not an X because X is like a letter, so Python is going to think it's a variable. So you say, no, I don't know any variables like that. So to multiply, usually an asterisk sign. So A multiplied by, I don't know, C multiplied by 5 is going to give you 10, because 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. And division is gonna, suppose I'm gonna give 15 divided by, actually no, I'm not gonna give that example. I'm gonna give 20 divided by C. And as you can see, it's gonna give you a decimal point no matter what. As long as it's division, it's gonna give you that decimal point. But it's not really a problem. This decimal point brings me to the next point, which is another type of data. These are integers, whole numbers, but they're also floats, and floats are basically that with a decimal point. So if I do, so you can also redefine variables. So I'm going to do A equals to 3.0 this time, and I'm going to create a new variable, so I can just keep this B and C. But this A doesn't exist. So like this A right here, that doesn't exist, but because now it's a new A, I'm gonna call D3. So this is a float, this is an integer. And if I do A plus D, it's gonna give me 6.0 because it does that floats multiplied by or divided by whatever, of course with division, but like I'm adding these, so it's gonna give me a 6, because 3.0 plus 3 equals 6, which is basically 6.0. And yeah, these are the more basic. There's another basic data type, and that is called a string. What is a string now? I'm gonna create a new variable called E. And these are numbers. These are good for doing math and stuff. But what if you want to display actual text? So to do that, you would create a string. And I'm going to call this string hello. And yeah, note that I'm using quotes. Single quotes or double quotes, that's really up to you. It's like, it doesn't matter. But make sure to use quotes for strings. No matter, like, yeah, single quotes, double quotes, doesn't matter, just use quotes. And I'm gonna call f world. And if I do E plus F, it's gonna give me hello world all squashed up together. And yeah, note that these are strings, so it's gonna add up the text. So if I redefine A as 1 in quotes and B as 1 in quotes, A plus B is gonna give me 11. So yeah, you might have heard, or maybe you've been goofing around saying, yeah, 1 plus 1 is 11. Well, that is if 1 is a string. If it's actually the real integer 1, then it's not. But if it's a string, it's nothing but text to Python, so I'm just going to put two pieces of text together. And one last thing I'd like to show you in this tutorial is finding out what data type things are. So type, you just have to type, and it's going to give me a class str. Str is nothing but string. So if I do type, do I have any integers still? Yes, C. So if you remember, C here is an integer, so it should be giving int. And type, I'm too lazy to make a new variable, so I'm just going to do type 3.0. It's going to give me float. So yeah, these are just the most basic data types. There are other data types as well, lists and tuples and many more. You can even create your own objects, which is yeah, basically a data type. And yeah, so that's it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.